Welcome into the Game Plan, presented by the Salisbury University Seagulls in support of alumnus Dan Quinn.
Welcome into the Game Plan, Commanders family. Here with head coach Dan Quinn, Logan Paulsen. I'm your host, Bryan Colbert Jr. here in the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. Now, coach, wins or losses, every game is a lesson, right?
Yep.
What lesson did you take from Monday Night Football that we can attribute and apply to the Seattle Seahawks?
You know what, Brian, I thought, I felt the energy right from the beginning, you know, how we wanted to play, the start of it. I think the lesson that I wanted to share with the players is, man, when our opportunities come, you got to go nail them. And that's the difference between going into the half 7-7 and being ahead. And when you go play a team like that in their spot, you got to take advantage of those ops. And so I like the intensity. Let's make sure, man, that thing stays that way the entire time. And I'm certain we'll get that done.
For capitalizing on the ops, is there anything that you can do in practice to help them? I mean, you know, you talk about specific work, third down, red zone. Anything kind of more specific this week?
You know what we did a lot last week that the players liked, I liked, we did a lot of good on good. And like I just felt that intensity ramp up. So we'll do more of that as we're going through the season. But that was a key factor. I thought defensively, the tackling was better, creating takeaways was better. Now, the third part of playing good defense is limiting the explosives. And defense will work hard on that. Offensively, for us, let's make sure, one, about the ball first, you know, taking care of that. And then finding our explosive plays. And I'm certain we'll find those and dig in hard on that.
Talk about finding explosive plays. Somebody that is known for his explosive plays is 1-7, Terry
Yes.
McLaurin, who we were all very, very happy to have back on that field. How does his return affect you and also affect this offense when he's out there making plays like that?
Yeah, well, just some fantastic plays. Honestly, the touchdown, to get both feet down and to make that play on the side, fantastic. Another one down the sideline. So those are like quintessential Terry plays, you know, deep ones that take, you know, unreal concentration to go make the plays. So unfortunately, he'll be out for this game, but not out for long, hopefully, and get him back. He makes such an impact. And so we're bummed to have him out, but knowing that, okay, we'll get him back. And it sucks to go through, but it is part of the deal. And it's hard, but we'll get him back.
And is there anybody you're kind of looking to say, hey, we can, you know, you're never going to replace a guy like Terry, but just kind of fill in some of the void and kind of maybe an aggregate of people working together to replace what he brings?
I think it's more of that, to make sure, find different spots, different ways we can utilize the personnel. As you guys know, each game's a little bit different. How do you want to match up? How do you want to go about things? And so this game will be played differently than Kansas City. I like their different fronts, the way they had things, but this game against Seattle will feel differently, and we'll have different ways to attack. Number 5 will be back under center for us, and that'll change some dimensions of how we do things as well. So lots to look forward to in this game.
And Coach, something that was really, really cool to see was a guy in Zach Ertz, who I know you love a lot, get that 800 career reception. One of 6 tight ends to do that, man. How dope is it to be a part of history like that with Zach? And how cool is it to see him continue to just look ageless out there?
Yeah, I'm just so pumped for him. It's such a cool thing. And so even in like just a quiet moment afterwards, man, just gave him a hug, how proud I am to be part of it. On the field, I said, was that number 800? It was the catch that on the 4th down. I said, let me tell you, there is no chance they're not giving you this as a first down. And I said, 800 catch, first down, it's happening, and then it didn't. And but super proud of him. Consistency, man. And like you look at great players, and like there's one common thread for guys that can get down over a long period of time. You see it with Miller and Wagner and Ertz. And really, it's not that complicated. You know,
it's like, boring though.
It's boring, but it is gritty. It's hard. It's same types of standards that they represent on the good days, the hard days, and so they're standards of guys like that. There's a reason they've done it for so long, and that consistency. It's not a sexy word, but man, like if you want to be great at something, man, you got to dig in and go for it over the long haul.
And does that consistency apply to, I mean, every aspect of the life? Is it practice? Is it meeting? It's just throughout?
It's just throughout. It's the way they take care of themselves, the way they prepare. If you watch any of their notebooks to look at the plays, what it would be, finding the smallest of details. We went and showed the team this year, you know, like we're talking about finding the details. And we showed Noah Lyles' Olympic final, and it was won by, you know, like 5,000th of a second. And, you know, both first and second place had 9.79, 0.734, and so chest over the line, different details, you know, to go into becoming great at something. And guys like Zach, and they live that, you know. There's a lot of ways, you heard the word option route, and there's another level to take things to. Where do my eyes go? Where do my hands go? And so you don't get that many catches, you know, on just the talent alone. It's all the other things, the unseen work that goes into it.
And Coach, looking at the Seattle Seahawks defense, Mike McDonald, one of the best defensive minds in football. What has it been like game planning against him? And also, what makes his defenses so unique?
They play a good bit of pressure, and going into it, I love their defensive line. You know, the activity, they've got big guys. Williams can go inside and out. So I think any good defense has some versatility to it, that they can put guys into different spots and feature them in that way. The defense coordinator, Adam Durday, is certainly, you know, creative and put guys in the spots where they can absolutely go let it rip.
And you mentioned Leonard Williams. He's a guy that just jumps off the film, and he's been in a bunch of different spots, but he seems to kind of found something special here in Seattle. What do you see in his game right now?
Yeah, I liked what I've seen from him, from DeMarcus Lawrence. You know,
he's got
quickness and strength to go play.
Well, right?
With Iran, and so inside with Murphy. So I thought Leonard's versatility, where he'd been a 3-4 end in a lot of the systems for quite a long time. So I thought it would be a good fit when he went there, that he could go and penetrate and be disruptive because he's got length and he's got speed. And so I thought there's a lot more to what he can do in his game. And so sometimes you see a guy with these kind of traits and, hey, he can play this position. Well, he can do a lot more.
Sure.
I think, you know, over the last few years, he's shown that.
And looking at our defensive side of the ball, Marshawn Lattimore gets his first interception as a Commander. I know we were all very, very excited to see that. What does that not only do for the player, but how does that spark the entire defense when a play is made like that? Because what a catch on the ball. That was, it was incredible.
Yeah, and a man-to-man clip, knowing they're trying to throw it to a certain location, and it's a certain play that, you know, a lot of man-to-man defenses, you know, have to deal with. But, man, what a cool play. And I thought the whole game, big speed for them, being on top and being aggressive. It was one of his best games as a Commander.
Coach, you were juiced though. I was standing there on the sideline. You almost ran me over to go celebrate them. Like how? Like I felt like you made the pick when you were running over. Like that's how juiced you were. Like
I've only had one my whole life, so
so don't have a lot of bank on that.
I don't have that much experience at it, but I would say that's the energy. That's, you know, the spark sometimes that you need. And so I thought creating those takeaways by him and by Wagner early, those are the opportunities. And so, man, you got to go nail them. But that's the type of energy. If you're going to play good defense, man, you got to run, you got to be able to hit, you got to be able to tackle, you got to be able to get the ball. And if you do those things over and over and over, then you can start. But we needed that play to help set us in motion.
And Coach, we're seeing young guys like Jordan McGee and Tyler Owens getting more and more reps, getting on that field more. What have you seen from their development? How can they build off of what they're already doing and continue to improve as young guys?
Yeah, we felt their speed, their energy, their hitting, and they've demonstrated that on the special teams side in different ways. And we've been excited to get them more reps and more, you know, playing time, and they've earned that. And so you got to go deliver when those moments are there. But the two of them, you feel their speed, their intensity, and we wanted to make sure we could, you know, see that on full display.
And for young players, like there's always like what the next step is. For those guys, what do you think the next phase of their growth is? Yeah,
they both got extended playing time, and now it's that consistency, right? That we're talking about different calls, different ways. Can you stay into it? You go in for a certain, this call is good for him, this call is good, then you can start building on that. Now you got a real resume to go with.
Coach, Seattle Seahawks have so many weapons. Sam Darnold has been connecting with a bunch of guys. How do you game plan for an offense like this that has so many different weapons, that leans on the pass, but also likes to lean on the run as well? Yeah, and that's the, you know, when you're a good balanced attack, that's what makes it difficult to defend when there's shots down the field and running back that can run strong, quarterback that, you know, makes decisions. We're gonna have to knock a ball or two out, and just like in the other night, to create some momentum. And when you do that, you have a chance to play good defense, and we'll absolutely be going after it. The crowd will be wild at night and just bringing all the energy. So we'll make it hard on them with our crowd. You know, it's silent count the whole night, and so like every bit of it helps. And Coach, I'm just glad you brought up the crowd, because I feel like that's how we have to end, right? We're only playing at the crib for the 4th time this season. Yes, our fans travel so well. A lot of road games feel like home games. But how great will it be to be in front of the best fans in the NFL for another time? Yeah, we own one. We own one. And they brought the energy for us on the Monday Night Football game there. And so as a team, we own one. And we felt it at the Giants, we felt it at the Raiders, and we own one. So it'll be great to be back home. We can't wait, man. I know the fans will appreciate that. Coach, time for you and Logan to get into some film study. Appreciate you, man. Always great getting to catch up with Coach and Logan. Now, we'll hear more from them a little later on in film study. But now, it's time for our Prime Player, brought to you by DC Prime, Loudoun's premier steakhouse. For dinner reservations or private dining, call 703-840-2099. And our Prime Player is no other than our record-breaking tight end, Zach Ertz. In his second year in the Burgundy and Gold, Ertz has found the fountain of youth. On Monday Night Football, Zach Ertz became the 6th tight end in NFL history with 800 career receptions. Ertz joins an elite group of playmakers in the record books. That includes Hall of Famers Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, and Shannon Sharp. Congratulations to Zach Ertz. Can't wait to see what else he can accomplish in his career. Now we got to go to break, but coming up, you won't want to miss this. Coach and Logan head into film study to break down some of the Commanders' highlights. And later on, Logan, Coach, and I will count down to kickoff. We'll be right back after this break.
The Game Plan is presented by the Salisbury University Seagulls in support of alumnus Dan Quinn. And by the Maryland Lottery Fast Play Games. Play fast, win fast today. Please play responsibly.
Welcome back into the Game Plan with Dan Quinn, presented by Salisbury University. Now it's time for the film study, sponsored by Salisbury University Seagulls in support of alumnus Dan Quinn. Take it away, Coach and Lo.
Thanks, BC. Coach, one of the things that came out of last game was I thought the defense did some really good things, and they got the football turned over. And again, this is a play, like, I look at it and it's like Patriot in my mind back, Old West Coast, but here we're getting a little box fade. It's a classic man beater, knowing the situation. Mahomes knows it, and great play by Lattimore here.
Yeah, on this one, like you said, it's man-to-man. The tough challenge is likely going to be in the slot, for a fade where they're creating space, Logan. So by being inside the numbers, creating more space for the throw and trying to throw this one back shoulder, thought it showed great patience, Marshawn, against a guy that can absolutely fly, and then to turn and just catch the flash of the ball coming late.
Yeah, great patience, great feel too, maybe. Because again, like you can tell Hollywood Brown's kind of lining this back shoulder up, and he just is in a perfect spot.
Yeah, and so I thought, what a good deal for him, working to find those areas that he wants to get better in, looking back, playing through the ball, and just a game-changing play for us right there.
Yeah, great to see him get on the stat sheet in that way. And again, to me, I saw like there were some good things coverage-wise. I thought the rush here was outstanding. He's been on it every single week. Jacob Martin's been outstanding. And this run comes to life. Like last week, we talked about rushes where he was winning. This, to me, is the coverage kind of supporting him.
Yeah, and this was the kind of one that you're going to need against him, to get up underneath the guy, to power him, to push him into that spot. And then knowing the different ways, hey, sometimes you want to play vision zone where we can have depth, but being relentless and trying to go. What I loved about this play was just the second play of the game. And so as the team captain for this game, like he wanted to be one to go set the tone with the physicality. And he's so consistent with that.
Yeah, and again, like it takes a great rush like you're talking about, but this little choice here, corner, and I just love how Bobby's playing with good vision, the quarterback, not getting too anxious. Trey Amos doing a great job in the back end here, just taking away the first read, making him work, giving the rush time to get home. It's cool when everybody's playing that way, and just see how effective it can be.
Yeah, and a great finish by Jake as well.
Yeah, dude, love the finish. It's because he's already on the ground, right?
Yeah.
So great job by him. And the other one, Young Buck showing up again, man, with little quarters here. I don't know exactly what this is, but looks like some type of quarters, 2-minute situation.
Yep.
Big moment of the game. I love when I see corners making plays on the football and not getting pass interference calls.
Yeah, this is a big deal for us, Logan. We didn't answer the bell like we wanted to in 2 minutes in the previous week. So to be back in the same scenario, to go at it again is a big deal. And so for us, being on top was a big part of this game. These guys got some receivers that can absolutely fly. And so staying connected, staying on top, and then still being able to go play the ball, all right, without having to go through the player. So excellent job by Trey.
And can you talk about his vision here, Coach? Because, I mean, he's staying high, but his eyes are like looking through the receiver to the quarterback the whole time. I mean, that seems like a special skill set there.
Yep, and this is something that he's put a lot of work in, Logan, in terms of playing off. We've seen Trey down on the line of scrimmage. He's got all this length. And so this is a part of his game that he's worked really hard at to say, okay, hey, we're going to play this one from off. Now, what are some certain techniques that I want to go play? But that's an example of a young player making the next step.
And I think the other thing that sticks out to me too, Coach, the vision, but also the timing on the football.
Yep.
Because again, like how many times do you see guys get a little bit too physical too early, and it just that moment being at the right time seems excellent.
And he has great timing, great feel for it. I love the other guys are going to run to the ball.
Yes.
When some things have some chances to go, you don't know when that moment's going to be, that you catch a tip, that you get one to go. And so by guys turning and going, that's a step in the right direction.
You talk about tips, right? Bobby Wagner's interception off of a tip, right?
Yep.
And so why not this one too?
That's
so it's great to see them running for the football. So I think that's cool to see kind of some of those things come to life for you, especially in the first half of that football game. Things that you talked about, we can carry on again to Seattle. But again, one of the things is I think this guy did a great job, and it's nice having this guy on the football field because he can make these plays down the field.
Yeah, he's been such a impactful player for us. And so to have a shot when you know you go zero it out or put him into pressure. And so when those moments happen, you know this, all right? If you want to go beat blitz, all right, one of the surefire ways, can you go win outside?
Yeah, right.
And so they're bringing all they got here and then playing man-to-man everywhere else. And so 8 to 17, it's a big op to go. And I thought Marcus just dropped the ball in to the very best spot.
And you're talking about the awareness there too, like the man coverage, picking your best matchup, like picking at 17 every time. And again, the composure knowing, hey, they're bringing a fastball here. All these guys are blitzing, like it's all out. Like there's no one's coming to help you. And so great composure to get this ball out.
Yeah, and just absolutely staying in the moment and putting it in just the right spot. So that's Marcus, that's a great throw, and it's Terry, honestly, just extending to go make a great play.
Yeah, and again, his impact was throughout the game. Terry and Marcus as well, but I think this play is a lot of fun. It's a touchdown where Terry catches that great toe tap. And I look at the offensive line here, Coach, and just how they're all going to war for each other. McNichols with a great chip on the perimeter. Biotish getting a little bit of chin music here in the interior here. Like, it's cool when those five guys are playing well together.
Yeah, and all the way through, you've got to be able to go make your plays. And so that's that consistency, Logan, that we're looking for down after down after down. And so sometimes the second play begins.
Yes.
On this one, there's chips onto the edges, knowing you need a little bit more time. Marcus created just enough time to go and then drop the ball down inside all the way across the field.
I mean, he couldn't have gotten any farther there, Coach, right?
That's talking about field vision at the highest level right there.
Yeah, great to see it, Coach. Great to see that level of energy and enthusiasm from all the guys offensively and defensively. Can't wait to watch you guys today against Seattle.
Yeah, we're ready to rock.
Always great learning from two of the best, Coach and Logan Paulsen. Now it's time for your winning numbers, brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. Please play responsibly. And our winning numbers this week are for our guy, number 17, Terry McLaurin. In his first game back since being sidelined in week 4 with a quad injury, Scary Terry showed out in Arrowhead. In his return, he put up 3 receptions for 54 yards and our only touchdown of the night. Terry reminded everyone that he is one of the league's premier wide receivers, especially on prime time. We're going to miss our guy 1-7 this week, but it's always an opportunity for somebody else to step up. Now, let's take a look at more of our upcoming competition. It's time for a competitive edge brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official partner of the Washington Commanders. Now, here's a look at some of the numbers between the Commanders and the Seattle Seahawks this season. Now, the Burgundy and Gold offense was stalled out in Kansas City against a Steve Spagnuolo defense. In the air, Jeremy McNichols led the team with 5 receptions and 64 yards. And on the ground, our running back committee was held to a season-low 60 yards. Now, Washington is looking to get quarterback Jaden Daniels back for some Sunday night football. And Washington's defense will face off against Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks, who are fresh off of a Week 8 bye. Washington will be back at home in front of the best fans in the NFL for just the 4th time going into Week 9. Can't wait to see what we do on prime time at the crib. Now, we got to go to break, Commanders family, but be sure to stick around because Coach Logan and I will be right back to count down the kickoff and talk more about this Week 9 matchup. But before we go to break, we have to give congratulations to our Commanders Coaches of the Week. First up, Coach Jeremy Pruitt from Armstrong High School in Richmond, Virginia, and Coach Katie Kuhlman from Yorktown High School in Arlington, Virginia. Big shout out to these coaches. Congrats on all you do. We'll be back with more of the game plan with head coach Dan Quinn. Welcome back into the game plan with head coach Dan Quinn, sponsored by Salisbury University Seagulls in support of alumnus Dan Quinn. It is time for your must-watch moment presented by Marsh McLennan Agency. And our must-watch moment is honoring the man of the night, Washington legend, Art Monk. Washington will retire the Hall of Fame wide receiver's number 81 jersey at halftime of tonight's game against the Seattle Seahawks. Truly a Hall of Fame career for the legend Art Monk. With 3 Super Bowl championships, he's Washington's all-time leading receiver. He's the first NFL wide receiver to have 900 catches, and all of this got him inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame in 2008. Monk is a true Washington legend, and we cannot wait to give him his flowers tonight. Now it's time for our countdown to kickoff, presented by SeatGeek. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Coach, in closing tonight will be a very, very special moment for one, all of us honestly, but for one, Art Monk, number 81, will be retired in Northwest Stadium, man. How important is it to honor the past like that? Because it's something you and this new ownership has done a great job of. Man, how cool would it be to be a part of that?
Yeah, and that's why I wore this tonight.
Yes, sir.
Because men like him have created, a legacy for us to follow, and the word respect underneath it. I mean, how can you not have respect for, the work that he put in here as a ball player and as a man and as a teammate? And so, it's cool to be a part of things like this, knowing that somebody gave so much, sacrificed so much to be the heavy hitter, and what a cool night, man. So we're all pumped to be a part of it.
Have you shared any clips or videos with the team about him and his career?
We will, yes.
Okay, because I wasn't sure. Because, I was thinking, there was times where people would be like, oh, we're going to acknowledge this player. And you're like, I don't know if I know that guy.
Yeah. No chance of that. All of us, want to feel it and be a part of it. And so we'll get to watch that as we're going through the week. And it's a fun thing to do and be a part of. And from a uniform to honoring him to playing on Sunday night, man, there is a lot to be excited about.
What a cool moment. Can't wait to see Art Monk get honored in front of the best fans in the NFL. This has been The Game Plan with head coach Dan Quinn, Logan Paulsen. I'm your host, Bryan Colbert Jr. We'll see y'all tonight when we take on the Seattle Seahawks.
The Game Plan, sponsored by Salisbury University, was filmed at the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.